Oh, interesting. That button works still. I forgot I had hotkeys set up a long time ago to make my stream start quicker, and I have not used those in months, but they still work. Hey, sweet. Hello, we are live. I think we are. It is I, Grayson Allen. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV today, and as you can see, we're doing it in ultra hardcore mode, no HUD mode. It actually looks nice. Look at this. No nothing getting in the way of the beautiful scenery. This definitely won't be a problem in the future. I'll probably re-enable the HUD in a little bit. I figured out there's a way to take off the HUD. And so then it's nice. I got my little Amaric buddy still following me around. That's not totally weird at all. How's everybody doing tonight? People would be in here chatting about dinner and food. Hydra Pearl said hello, and so did Hatoon. Lala's here. So cool. Nice. Yeah, so I think we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. I already said that part. What were we doing? Baelsar, that's right. I need to be somewhere else that's not here. I need to have my HUD back. It's Hatoon! Hey, look at that. And Tiny Gremlin's here too. Yeah, so I think actually we're literally starting off basically with a dungeon, as I recall. Let me see. Yeah, Griffin on the wall. That's what the guy's name was. He was the Griffin. That's right. I think technically I don't have to actually go over there. I just have to. I can activate the dungeon from anywhere. This is my cousin's B-Day today, so we went and they got some Thai food. Ah, Thai food is great. I go out for Thai food quite regularly, actually. It's delicious. That's cool. That's, happy birthday to your cousin, Hatoon. AC is here. AC says hello. Hello, AC. Eaglis also is here. Hey, Eaglis. Yeah, we're chilling, I guess. Yeah, first thing on the agenda. Oh, say, Smo waves. Hi. I'm waving back to you in spirit. But yes. See, I think the first thing we got today is, I think it's the dungeon, interestingly enough. Yeah, Baelsar's Wall is the first thing we gotta do today. So it looks like it's a foreman. So I think we're going to try to set up such a thing as that. Eaglis is heading over to Seraph now. Nice. Yeah, I believe, Eaglis, you were interested in doing it because, like, it's the last dungeon available, like, in the free trial, right? So yeah, we can for sure make that work. Eaglis says, wait for me. Also, my sister got that Thai mochi ice cream, and it kind of frightens me. Oh, the Thai tea? Oh. I don't know, what would that even... like, there are certain flavors of, like, ice cream where, like... I'm like, scared to try. It's like, that could be good, but that could also be, like, really weird. And, the tea flavors have always been, like, on that fence of, like, maybe I'll try that, but maybe I also don't think I'm gonna like it. I don't know. It's mysterious to me. Unless if you have Dream, I'd like to join, but not fighting for it. iTunes have had black tea boba ice cream. Ooh, I hope it didn't have actual boba in the ice cream. So those are two textures I don't know if I would care for. Boba's... I finally did try boba like a month ago. I'd never had it before. I'm not sure, like... It's different. It's interesting. I'm not sure if it's like my favorite thing in the world, but it's... Oh, hey, it's Iglis. Or Rios. Hello. This says, I can be Dragoon or Maku. The dude says it did. It was not bad. Oh, there you go. So I think... Ooh, high color. Nice appearance from off screen. Good job. So yeah, I think Here, so I know for sure we're gonna have. Ooh, we're gonna invite to party, and then let's see. This is they sell boba milk tea, ice cream bars, boba announcement. It's it sounds interesting, AC. I gotta be honest. Okay, so I guess we can fit 2 more people into the dungeon. I know Smo mentioned he was interested. Toon says don't knock it until you try it. I mean, I'm willing to try most things. But Nix4040 says hello. Hey Nix4040. Welcome and howdy. I think that's it's broken. Cool. Okay, sorry. I'm removing it. But hello. Thanks for stopping in. We're getting ready to run Baelsar's Wall in preparation for the end of the Heavensward post-content patch stuff. I don't know what they call it. Because I got fully caught up with the One Piece today. I have to wait 6 days for the next episode to come out and plan on watching the movies now. Hydropil, you are a wizard. I can't believe you watched that whole series that quick. Been a... I don't know how... I'll skip this one of eating dinner just here to watch you finally finish the first trials. Cool there, it doesn't be rude. Ace is not bad. Look, just because I've been playing the game for approaching 10 months, I can do things. Chris says, can I run wall with? Unless I can go if you want logging and typing. Yoit. He said, oh my gosh, wait, this one is so fun. Lots of shit. I mean, apparently, I don't know, people like Baelsar's Wall, apparently. I guess it's a very memorable one. It seems I'm not big with whether you invite or not. Sure thing. I guess, because, yeah, this is a... Hey, Gideon. Let's see, because, yeah, this is a foreman, right? Oops. Oh, no. Choices. Incisions. It says, yeah, 4-man. Okay. So I guess it would come down to, because we would need to have a healer and a tank. So I guess that would be part of the question. So Generosity is interested. Lala, I guess Toon and Cool Air are on the... Also, I just like playing with people. I don't really have dungeon preferences. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I guess Generosity, are you online yet? I guess I could ask that question to myself. It's amazing when you have. Oh, hey, even. I don't see Generosity online. Nick says also happy I was finally able to catch on the stream. Yeah, it's good to have you back. It's been a second. I thought I recognized the name. I'm sorry if I. But yeah, I'm glad to have you back. We're still here, still trucking along slowly but surely. This is tomorrow. D2 servers will go down for all delay. Preload for the expansion. I should be able to play 14 all day. Hey, that's pretty good, AC. He says I'm logging on now. There's the need to do some roulettes after eat if you want to join me, lol. There you go. I don't know. I guess Nick says, I mean, I changed it from Dapper Aliens recently. Oh, okay. I remember Dapper Aliens. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, because there's somebody else that comes by that's also a Nyx. That's Nyx Kami. Sorry, we're just... This is the everyone knows the first 20 minutes of a stream don't count, because this is where you're flailing wildly. Yeah, it is fun name. It's pretty good. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I guess we just have oh. Hello. What? Wow. Oh, Shiva. It's so kind. Thank you. Thanks, Cooler. Very nice of you. I guess I should actually do this. But I guess if we do Gideon and then Generosity, that's cool. As the other mem horrors. At least for this dungeon. I have a funny feeling there's gonna be more dungeons in this game as time goes. Claire, thank you for the wait, wait, hold on. Because now I'm just curious, like, I can take a guess as to how Shiva... Yeah, there's a little chibi Shiva, that's kind of cute, actually. A little Shiva with a big head. And then, how do I... oops. Melon. That's, it's a melon. Melons have been favored many coast nature's drinking glass, not such merely their thirst question once your property, however. Elegant scientists set out to make them portable, and this self-propelled melon is the fruit of thrilling. I'm sorry. What? Behavior is obedient. Cool. I'm gonna play with a melon for a second, I guess. That's just silly. Thank you, Cool Air, for the melon. The tune says Grayson is in the end game now. Wow. Don't be so shocked. And I think Svet. I think we'll have this be our foreman for this run, if that's cool with everybody. Actually, will that work? I think it will, yeah. Silly Bean says moving on. Nice, Silly Beans. Oh, you're about to do Baelsar's Wall? Man, last dungeon in the game, what a trip. Yeah, we're at the very end of the game. This is the last dungeon ever. Everyone knows the next 3 expansions changed the format of a visual novel, actually. It was a drastic move, but one that paid off. There's a Passover fake spoiler for One Piece. Like a month ago I thought it was real for so long until I finally watched the video and the guy said it was fake. I was so relieved that it was fake. Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for nonsense, especially like... Because something that happens a lot is like, it's not necessarily like spoilers, but like people will like craft like these like really elaborate theories. And then like the theories sound plausible enough that people start passing them around as fact. And that's always really fun. Because then you start being like, oh, I mean, everybody's saying this is the thing, so I guess that must be canon, so they must have like confirmed it or something. He's gonna have to change the video description soon. Huh? Oh, Lala, don't judge me for never changing the description of things. I'll change it eventually. This is I could go for a melon. There says fun right end from here. This is just looking for an F-between. Let's go down damage. AC, you gotta go get foods. Oh, but we gotta... Hold on, let's, Sorry, I guess if everybody... Oh my gosh. Make sure everyone's good to go. I guess my... Oh, I'm gonna break it. Okay, sorry. My controller was wrapped around everything, as it turns out. But it's fine now. So I'm gonna go, let's go ahead and register for this here thing. What is this? Here it is, Baelsar. Alright, cool. Guess we'll go for it. Yeah, I guess to catch up, folks, on what happened last time, a lot of stuff did, to be frank. We finally found Yida and Papalimo over in Little Alamigo. And there's been trouble. Because as it turns out, there's been a group of Alamegans forming a rebellion of sorts against the Empire. And they're trying to pin the whole thing on the Eorzean Alliance. And so now we have to infiltrate the scene of this battle and prove our innocence by fighting more. And I still have the super default profile picture that I should update eventually. I should also, you know what I should do, is I should have a summoned carbuncle. Dadgummit. Wait, I'm helping... Everyone. Oh, there's a lot of fellas over here. There's a lot of those. Did they run off ahead without us? Wait, where did they go? No, wait, they're all here. Wait. Sorry, it's only 4 man, so I'm like, I can't see anybody. It's so weird. Seems like it's working. So, if I recall, the purpose of this mission was to stop the Alamegans, but we seem to just be fighting the Empire. Which I feel like that's not going to really help our claim that we're innocent. Says you get ever closer to getting close to the manga, however I can't show you until a certain point. MSQ nowhere near close, it's fun. Oh, this legendary high school manga that's based on Final Fantasy XIV. I keep hearing so much about. There we go. Because I'd recommend running at minimum level, but things might get a bit sloppy. I mean, not that I do it intentionally, but I tend to be running these pretty close to minimum level anyway. Because I never take the time to properly upgrade my gear the way I should. And I don't really have a good excuse beyond I get lazy. I get things as strong as they need to be, and then I don't worry about it any further. Oh, and I still need to learn how to glamour things. That was on my list of whatever. I'll glamour eventually. Hey, we got a key from the guy. Thank you, Ian. I was watching basketball with my family. One of the guys' names or jerseys, Grayson. I was like, Grayson, please. Oh no, you found the... Yeah, there's a freaking guy. I forgot this. There's a pro basketball player, Grayson Allen. He's the one... It was like something like when I was like researching for the name, like a name I wanted to use for YouTube and for VTubing and stuff. I really liked Grayson Allen because it's definitely my real name. I would never make up a name. That would be rude. Yeah, there's a pro basketball player. I can't remember what team he's on. Yeah, his name is Grayson Allen. And yeah, if you try to search Grayson Allen if you try to search just Grayson Allen on YouTube, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of clips of that guy doing awesome basketball stuff. So you have to search Grayson Allen VTuber to find me. That's fine. It's not it's one of those things. I mean, because it's super definitely a real name, which means that other people have the name too, you know. I'd put Zydeco, honestly. Oh, that'd be a... Wouldn't that be a heck of a hoot? I'm secretly a pro basketball player in my free time. And I just play video games for fun. That'd be silly. Pretty sure we don't sound anything alike. So yeah, there is a place for college. Oh, is it a college player? I can't remember. Yeah, there is somebody that has the name-o. He says it's running around the Praetorium or Pastor Meridian. I mean, it's definitely got the same. Oops. Can I stand somewhere that's not going to get covered in death? I mean, it's definitely got the same kind of elements that especially at Castor Meridianum, reminds me, has some striking similarities. Can I please not? No. We did, okay. I definitely helped and did not hinder this fight at all. But what was I saying? Yeah, this. I mean, this definitely feels like this is like the whole aesthetic of just the Empire in general, isn't it? Like they really go for like this like ultra advanced technology kind of aesthetic on their stuff. It kind of makes sense that all of their military settlements would have a similar feel. I think maybe the Suns or Bucks, that's what the teams were playing. Okay. This is the Peerless, probably. Because the Garleans don't care if you're innocent or not, the Alliance is being forced into regardless. It's just that all the Alamegans here are impersonating Grand Company soldiers. That's correct. Katoon says no one has my real name. I checked. That's good. There's like the only one, you must hunt them down and eliminate them. Nonsense. We're all friends. People that have two first names have to stick together, you know? I'm standing in death. I don't care for that guy. And come on. Just cast. Hey, we helped. It says, yes, I has this issue of finding you to subscribe to watch all your streams. Yeah, sorry, Lola. I try to create links, like I think even on Twitch, I think if you click the YouTube banner, it should send you straight to my channel. Like the YouTube banner in the About section on Twitch. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it should be doing. I should probably check my links to make sure that's actually what they do. You know, that thing's going on. Hatoon says, I was recommended his channel and I watched a bunch of videos before deciding to sub. That's totally fair, Hatoon. Honestly, that's really the smart way to go about things anyway. Like, I don't know, it's one like that's how what I usually do if I'm gonna subscribe to somebody. I'll watch like at least a good handful of videos before I'm like, is this really gonna be a channel I want? Like, because basically I subscribe to a channel as a way to like bookmark it, kind of. Just like a reminder, like, oh yeah, this channel has good videos, and I want to come back and watch more of these videos. So, ow, my bones. Did it? Can we leave yet, or we just? I think we've actually been making progress, but it kind of... Oh, now we can leave. Jeez. I was going to say, because like, it feels like we've been just like going around the block endlessly, but there we are. Progress. There's Garlean heavy dungeons. They're all going to have roughly the same kind of atmosphere as kind of their theme. I mean, it makes sense. Gotta have consistency in your architecture. Stop shooting me, please. Oh, there's a lot of things in here all of a sudden. Yes, third on. Clericist technology, my fantasy game. On flirts. Hey, flirts. Flirts waves. Howdy to you. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am airborne. Ouch. I'm stunned, apparently. Oh, there I am. Okay. This guy's really rocking my socks. It's fine, though. Just giving Smo something to do. Obviously, everyone knows that healers just kind of stand around until somebody gets hurt. They're not doing anything useful otherwise. Oh dear. Oh, that was precarious. Sabers. There we go. Here's the mute. It seems good. It could have been Race and Growlin', and then you would have been easier to find. Yeah, good old Race and Growlin', you know. Race and Growlin'. At this point, all the machines, looking at MR throws you are very ineffective, you're too strong. This is the basic ones, anyway. Kinda true. We're getting pretty OP in this place. Versus OMG, he did the mechanic, likely by accident. I can pay attention to mechanics. Wait, what was the mechanic that I did perfectly and on purpose? Just so that I remember for next time, maybe. My brother played for Persona 5 and finished it recently, so I'm gonna watch the anime. We're waiting for the next one. These episodes come out. Yeah, there you go. I have heard average things about the anime adaptation. I know some people like it and some people were less impressed, but I think that's kind of just what happens with... Ouch, that's gonna hurt. That's what tends to happen with adaptations, I think. He says, if I recall, the cache went through to get to the wall to close cache from 4 games, which has something else as well. Okay. Neat. We weren't supposed to move from the mechanic, just FYI. Oh, neat. I definitely did that on accident then. Since it's a weapon reminds you of the attack from GITS. Okay. Persona 5 anime ends in a terrible spot, just to warn you. Oh, I'm sure the anime's purpose is to get you to play the game. It's kind of like how the purpose of most anime is to get you to read the manga. And so they like to end them in cliffhangers. Or like very unsatisfactory, so then you have to go finish the rest of the story via manga. Which is a real tactic, by the way. That's why there's so many shows now that like get 12-episode adaptations and like nothing ever again. At least that's what I'm convinced. I just won't get too into it. He says, I think that... Oh, this is... Hold on. Neat. It's all nighttime-ish. AC says, I think the reason they built the wall was to keep the primals and the people who send them away from their conquered territory. I mean, that's fair. Get a big enough wall and it'll slow things down anyway. Stay dead. Please. There we go. We don't really care. That's fair. I'm just watching it because of my brother. That's fair. Not every show has to be a 10 out of 10. Sometimes you just want something to fill the time. That's totally understandable. Who is this fellow? Oh, it was the Griffin, right. Who's definitely not that other guy that's best friends with Raubon. Wow. We're moderately stunned by this development. Oh wait, are we actually gonna like deal with this like permanently? Usually these boss fights end with the character not living afterwards. So is this our sequence where you get revenge on this guy? Oh, ouchies.
How'd you like this?
This is sloppy time. This is that sentence was a miss. I don't know. I'm stunned. Oh no.
Sloppy.
Oh, sloppy. Nice. Yeah, look.
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy.
This is maybe 80,000 gold in another world for my account.
There you
Good
go!
so I might give it a watch. And I've actually, AC, I've heard pretty good things about the. I think it's a light novel series that I've been meaning to read. Oh my lord, you've got to be kidding! Where do you even stand?
How'd you like this?
Oh, I see. You just want to kill this.
Yeah!
I see. Okay, so I've understood that mechanic.
Sloppy.
I like Persona 5 so much I got really played the whole game over some differences. I mean, that's fair. Like, I want to do the same thing with Dragon Quest XI, honestly, because I played the original version of it back when it came out, and I purchased the special edition they released a couple years ago. I still haven't played it yet, but definitely want to try it again and play. Cause I think there's like you can play like a 16-bit version of the game, which sounds really fun. Please stop.
Sloppy.
This is for Al Amigo. How did he know who it was? He's played this before. I know, it's such a surprise. I mean, it's one of those things where,
I'll tear you limb from limb.
like, I don't know how much they were trying to hide that one, because it wasn't that much of a reach. Like, it wasn't. Oh. And on the list of people who would be motivated to do shady things for El Amigo, just stop.
Yeah. How'd you like this? Yeah!
Why me? Oh, I swear, if you... This whole fight is just me running and occasionally casting a spell. Versus hit him with your book. Do it. That's his best friends. Yeah, Round was happy one in the hand. I said, bro, yes, so I got this recently. Levels of Wastelands. These feel like excellent voice lines for somebody to use for like channel redeem points. Like, Smo, I know you've already got such devastation on yours, but you might want to consider getting a sloppy on there, just saying. But you gotta pay attention to the look away eye symbol. I mean, sure. Probably should. April says, what are some animes you think I should watch, guys? One Piece first anime? Oh, Ren! Jeez, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I didn't even notice. I was so caught up in all the nonsense going on. But thank you for that. I hope you're having a nice day. Seems law he punted you. He really did. He knocked me into the next week. That was ridiculous. So much as KK. Lance is sloppy. So, okay, I don't know if I should count this because I only watched someone play the games. Danganronpa, my first anime was probably Pokemon or Naruto. Hello, Ren. Nice avatar, too. There. Time for cutscene. This must be BRB food time. So the highly recommend playing PQ11S over the normal version. No, I really want to play Dragon Quest XI. Like, I've even toyed with the idea, like, I don't know if there would be interest for it, but, like, maybe, like, even streaming that game, because, I mean, I've already played it technically, I don't know if that, I don't know. But I definitely want to find time to play it at some point in some way. Rios, thank you. Oh, Griffin, you suck. There's so many quality of life improvements that help the game so much. Plus, this Dragon Quest XI is fun. It's such a good game. It's one of my favorites. Like, it probably is my very favorite, like, RPG game. Just, like, so many good things in that. And Hydropole, there are many good animes that you should watch. I guess I'm probably going to be in a cutscene for a second, but a question for you, Hydropole, would be, what kind of genres do you like? Do you like watching, like, action? Do you like watching comedies? Do you like watching, like, maybe, like, more, like, serious, like, drama kind of things? Like, just out of curiosity. AC's getting takeout. Seafood fried rice. Oh, man. That sounds delicious. With delicious American cheese on that sandwich. Good choice. Very patriotic.
You've beaten me, aye.
Ilberd, that's what his name was. I literally could not remember his name. Ilberd, that's right.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Mm-hmm. So smug. Oh yeah, because that whole thing happened. Those guys are surprisingly capable. I don't know if I could...
We did it! We showed the bastards!
I don't know if I could kill a robot with a sword.
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Mm-hmm. They're like, yay, we did it. There's no problems here.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Laurentius! I forgot about you. You were one of the people that betrayed. Oh, why would you do that thing?
They die that others may live.
Oh, jeezum. Oh, you. You, Hase.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
No.
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Right, sure. Definitely. Oh, yikes. So I'm trying to, like, what did Laurentius... How did Laurentius get those things to arrive so quickly? Like, what?
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
I mean, you kind of brought it on yourself. Big yikes.
Gods help us! What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Yeah, what was your, like... So that, actually, that was one of the, like, we fought...
mighty Ralger. Grant us the strength to crush our...
There it is. There's the problems. Just trying to create a whole bunch of desperation.
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
Cool.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
Kind of is.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilbert, are you still alive? Or are you gonna die?
Ilbert, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand. You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Wait, oh, that's right.
His eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
Also, he literally beat the snot out of the last guy that used those. So...
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free al amigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Yeah.
Summoned?
So he's gonna...
You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
I think he's gonna turn himself into
yes,
one.
I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
No. Not Bahamut 3000. Mecha Bahamut? No. Impossible.
What? Here? Now?
We're really just letting this happen too, like, at any point.
Like hells you will!
Thank you, Yida. Also, that was some really good ice that it lasted that long before it finally melted into
An
fire.
ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Okay. Yeah, what did he... I'm sorry. What was the... Like, what was the plan there? mean, they all died. I think he died too. I don't think that quite went to how he thought it was going to go. Maybe it worked. He seemed slightly surprised when his body actually hit the floor. Oh, it's that's probably fine. That's like
This light, is it?
That's like a really ominous version of the... Oh, what song is that?
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do.
Seems like...
There is one thing.
Gasp.
What? Hey, where do you think you're going?
Oh, right, because we gave him the magic stick.
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
Papalymo, no.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Gasp.
Alphinaud, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tiptimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Oh.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works.
Oh, hey, it's those... I forgot about them.
It is time to leave.
I mean,
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
Was that to...
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is...
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
I could help. I'm level 60. Oh, interesting. Oh, how... Wait, how would this possibly... Oh, wait, I've never had a choice like this. Because this might actually change what the cutscene I get is, right? Oh, that's interesting. What happened, like... So I feel like this is like the death flags, right? Like, this is like... I feel like Papalymo's final thing, maybe? I'm gonna stay. Right? I'm curious what's gonna happen. Oh, well...
Hilda! I think he means now!
Alright, that's rude. Alright, well... I guess...
bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida.
It doesn't...
Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Yeah, I don't know how this could possibly work in the long term. So like this would slow it down, but I don't know if it's gonna stop. That was the problem with like Lee Sway, was like it didn't actually stop Bahamut. Like we still had to deal with the problem. Oh, that's a cool effect though. That's a nice nod to Louis Suarez pose. Do you think the gentle smile is part of the spell? It's fine. We can go back to pick him up then. I'm here now. Interesting. Oh, the song is Answers. That's right. That's from the from the ARR trailer. Okay, thank you. Oh, we'll see you later, Hydra Pearl. It says, "Don't shoot. Let him finish the monologue." He and Yu Yuhasu and Garlane are really got his stress. Oh. Okay, so I'm just like catching up the chat a little bit. R.I.P. Alright, Papalimo. Goodbye, Papalimo. Means yeah, everyone has a long pause at that point. There says, because he does change to a point that the story itself doesn't change, it's the illusion of choice in FF14 is variable. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's never been a time where the choice actually matters, I'm gonna say. Like, one of the themes of this game that I have some problems with is the enormity of fate and how fate can't be changed. This game really seems to have a lack of choice. Actually, this game's entirely about how there's no choice, because you never say no to anything. You always just do what they say. This game is like anti-choice. It's great. Anyway, I'm glad it gave us a choice for what our character would do there, though. Just look up in the sky. What's this do? Look up at Baelsar's wall before you leave. Oh, look, we got 2 moons. Neat. What a deal. Uh-huh. Perfect. That's good thumbnail material for later. Anyway, we're gonna... Scanzanite says in the sky. Oh, hey, Scanzanite. He says, look at the wall. Scanzanite gives you the option to complain about it sometimes. Yeah. He says fate can be changed. Don't you remember what doing Alexander? Wait, Alexander is weird though, because was anything actually changed? Because everything happened exactly as it was written, right? And things only like changed, quote unquote, once the book reached its end anyway. There was never a point where like anything that was written down was actually changed from what was written down. I mean, I still don't know if Alexander proved that necessarily. Well, this is neat. Something that hung up in the sky for months before the following patch dropped. Oh, that would be interesting. That actually would be that's like a fascinating thing. That's like that would have just like been there as part of the story. Hey, Thancred, how you feeling? Papalima knew what he was doing. Could not refuse him. Yola? Every Ishgardian gets taught that the sea of clouds churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did that jerk manage to get his hands on Nidhogg's eyes? Telling you, should have smashed him. We had hammers available. It has been explained to me what that light represents, and I have ordered our forces to stand ready. It seems we can do little else but wait. Yugiri? I understand only too well the desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter. How many more must we lose? Everyone seems really resigned to the idea that Papalimo is dead. I don't think he is, though. I don't know. We didn't get an on-screen death, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count yet. Ida. Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him. I mean, I really can't say anything because I tried to stay too. You could see it in his eyes, Yda. He knew what he was doing. What had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look, right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, alright? I know. There's nothing more you could have done. Gilbert cut us all off guard. Even Grayson was powerless to stop him. I literally just watched it happen. I didn't try a darn thing. Somehow I've never learned my lesson to just cut off the villain mid-monologue. He wouldn't see it coming. He'd be in the middle of explaining his like, grand plan and like, oh, a knife to the throat. I'm just saying. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you'll never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Yda with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. We nod our heads. I got 5,000 gil. It's a good day for me anyway. I got paid. Yda? It's over, Papalymo. It's all over. Leave her be. Nothing you can say will console her now. These three are probably saying the same things. Okay. Because I thought the Aether, which was his life force. No, I think no. The staff was the source of the power. I think. You see, can you find out next time, Dragon Nizy? Thanks, AC. This is our Will We Smoke. Because that's how they got it so fast, right? I was going to say, Yda attempted that, though. This Tube Simati is an arcane relic able to gather ether near or far. It doesn't suck out your life force, otherwise you would have died using it on Nabrialis in the Rising Stones. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't think it specifically has killed there's nothing that specifically implied that Papalymo was killed in the effort of doing that spell. So, nope, never so. There was the broken staff used as the energy needed. So I see thinking. That's going to track. That is 14. So it means one way or another, Eelbert would have died and completed the ritual. I mean, it depends, right? Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I'm sure Papalymo's fine. He'll get better. It is plain that recent events have shaken Alphinaud to the core. Louisoix's finest student. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Y'shtola and the others of our imminent return. Dun, 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 dun. We did it. Revenant stole. Silly Bean says he's just sleeping. Yeah, he's taking a long nap. Card says, imagine killing him in the middle of his victory speech and he feels as distraught as the people below and you just made it all stronger. No, it wouldn't work that way. No, impossible. Carson, you're thinking about it all wrong. Oh, wait. Okay, this is what they should have done. Is that they should have Mace Windu'd him, right? Just like chop off his hands so then he doesn't have the eyes anymore. And then he's just standing there being sad with his stumps. Then he'll fall off a window and it's fine. Where am I going? I need to go this way. Into the Rising Stones. He says, pray return to the Rising Stones. Scan says Napolimo. Oh no. Alright, things in life only work the way you want them to. Got it. Cars is an X-Class Jedi. Not if I have anything to do with it, Carson. Oh, can you imagine the Jedi class? It'd be awesome. Tataru. Why does everyone look so grim? Has something happened? Say something, for heaven's sake. Hey, Alize. Good job standing here. Feel me? Tataru and Cryle took that resistance fighter to more private chambers that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she? Cool story. Are you guys still being silly over here? I wonder what Isaldo would have to say about our wounded visitor. His own injuries yet keep him in bed, and I miss savoring a cup of tea alongside his usual observations. Is she still trying to, like... Okay, you're all still talking about the same thing over there, so none of you have changed your state of mind. Yeah, Lise. He says power, unlimited power. Grayson, have you put on titles recently to your name? I put a title on my name maybe like a couple months ago. I could probably update that with a different title by now, probably. Now, easy. 'Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Eelbird. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. And then words. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's aether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. You'd probably know about that, wouldn't you, Urianger? I have as yet been unable to explain how Eelbird came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the Sea of Clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian, but now is not the time for idle speculation. Cryle, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trap within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much to the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. Oh, that's right, because Cryle has the echo. That's right. I wonder if is there like an unspoken rule that the Scions can only have two, like, Lalafels at a time? And if there's ever more than two Lalafels, one must perish. As shall I, let us be about it then. Telling you, it's just further proof that Tataru is secretly a villain. What? Without so much as a by a leave? Pray forgive Archon Y'shtola her brevity. She seeketh she-cells by the seashore. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. The desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alize, I shall honour our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. This, again, we're all just really assuming he's dead already. Very rude. Oh my gosh, Alize does have a red thing in her hair. Is that what everyone was talking about, like when they say like Alize's red and Alphinaud's blue? Is that the thing? Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalymo's sacrifice. It does have a blue thing. Has he always had that blue thing in his hair? No. Wait. White. We must begin preparations to face Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Quest complete. Yay. School's out forever. That doesn't seem like a very respectful achievement name. Means they have not yet been apprised of recent developments. I see how to update that after this. So I'm the third Lala then. Oh no, Lala. What have you done? He said, I forgot if I told you, but I tell you guys Kryle's Japanese name. I don't know if you told the Japanese name. I know that she does have an actual Lalafell name, apparently. Like, at least, like, more Lalafellian. Says he is being a third Popoto-shaped wheel isn't generally polite, I think. Unless says, oh no, Gray. I don't know, you're talking about Lala, it's fine. Once Yida returns, I'll see that she sits down to her favorite dish. When you feel empty inside, it is easy to forget that your belly needs to be filled. It's depressing and sad. Oh hey, they're all slightly different now. Hey Home, you still seem depressed. Sacrificing oneself for one's duty. Such actions remind me of the warriors of Doma, of the samurai and shinobi who died for our cause. Neat. Horrible. Golden Neck greatly admired Papalimo, and aspired to achieve the same lofty heights of magecraft. His loss was a terrible blow to the Scions. They told us what happened with Papalimo, and I... Forgive me. There are simply no words. Again, we didn't actually get us... We didn't have an on-screen death, so it doesn't count. Everyone knows this. I have a long road ahead before I match the Archons in skill and experience. We must all do our part in times like this. Surely there is something I can do to help. Wow, she's actually staying focused on something important. As much as we wish it were different, there is a limit to what our healing can accomplish. Even the most powerful magics can do naught for a grieving heart. My brother may wrap himself in steel, but he is a man of tender heart. Witness his concern for the pain his dear friend endures. This is true, Alphinaud. My own grief is a crushing weight upon my heart. When I think of what Ida must be feeling. Papalimo's sacrifice cannot be in vain. He will find the means to deal with this primal. All I want to do is weep, but right now we need to hold back the tears and do what must be done. He says in Japanese her name is Kirudu, which vaguely sounds like Kryle and katakana, I think. Yeah, well, I guess that depends. If it was pronounced Creole, then Kuriru, but Kryle would be Kurairu. Oh, that's a hard one. Kuriru. Kuriru. Kirudu? I don't know, it depends. Like, Kirudu would be more like Kilu, I think, or Kiluru. I don't know, katakana is kind of nonsense anyway. It ultimately just kind of turns into whatever, you know, the first person says it is. Alize. The obvious solution, of course. The interminable wait for news from Gridania seems to be taking its toll on Alize. So, would this... Oops, that's Chandelier. Would this be marking, like, the... Like, are we still, like, in the same patch content, I guess? Or would this have been, like, the... I don't know. Ah, Grayson, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning, we still have no idea how long it will be before... A convenient arrival's convenient. A communication with the Alliance. One moment. Ah, yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Words from... Ah, dang it, I was struck by a yawn. That was weird. Word from Gridania. The council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Y'shtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seatsier doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I am told that Cid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the rising stones in Tataru's capable hands and make haste for the lotus stand. Tataru nods her head. Hey, we're here now. A mysterious man appears with a mysterious hat. Who is this mysterious stranger? The world may never know.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea. You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Sure, sure.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea? Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea? Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
Sure thing, boss.
You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
Sure, sure. This isn't going to be like an important character, right? This is just like a random cutscene. Has nothing, no pertinence on the main story, right?
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Sure thing, boss.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
Probably fine.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Well, that was a fun distraction. So I'm gonna head back to Exit Log Out, but I'll be watching the stream. This is I've got to leave the party. It's all good. This is the beginning of 3.56, the final patch of Heavensward. Claire says, introducing best character ever. Claire says, love this guy. iTunes says, best guy. Claire says, and dead. Yep, that was a fun introduction and a really sad outroduction. But such is the way of life. It's sure as a shame we'll never see him again. The obvious solution. New Verdania. Oh, that's right, we're going back for a council meeting. That's right, oops. Well, there's things happening, I guess. This way. Andres, that's what it is. Sorry, big samurai man, we hardly knew ye. Yeah, it's all, I'm sure it's fine. That'll be... I'm really worried really worried that guy's gonna end up being a main character. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Listen, I forgot to do the dishes tonight. Oh no, Eagles. Did you know the samurai teas before Stormblood? Is that the samurai teas? Oh no, Eagles, I hope you guys have fun. Good luck, Eagles. Do those dishes well. Silent Conjurer. Welcome, Warrior of Light. This way, if you please. The tune says your fears are misplaced. We'll never see him again. Hello. It is me and the Twins Levelier.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Baelsar's wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
He nods his head.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
I mean, that's a really good way to defend the border, then. They're not going to retaliate about the wall attack for a while.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
I mean, Bahamut did that too. We killed that guy.
Veterans of Carteneau, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
Neat. My favorite. Love those.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Sure. I was thinking we
Agreed.
could keep it.
There is,
now.
however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
This is the moment where Sid pulls something out of his ass. His magic phone works perfectly.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
And of course Nero's here now.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Super glad.
Who is this man?
Well, that you really don't want to know.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
It's pretty bold to openly walk around being a Garlean and whatnot. Most everyone else hides their thing.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend.
Oh boy, don't
As
get
you have
so
rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Gasp. That thing that was hinted at
Omega?
like,
That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Yeah, that thing was terrible. 0 confirmed kills, actually, I'm pretty sure, from the Ultima weapon, thanks to me.
And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
Yeah, with no strings attached.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Okay, that's actually interesting. So, canonically, like, because I know at some point they force you to do the Crystal Tower because it becomes important to the story. Is that before this, or could that still have been optional, and would they have changed the dialogue at this point?
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
I mean, it's worked more often than it should. I don't see why I would change this time. Like, I'm pretty cool.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
No.
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
It's a fair question.
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanal while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
This is true.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
Ooh, got you.
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Always. Why am I the ones to determining like opinion? He makes a convincing case. What can I say? He's wearing a long jacket as well. You gotta trust him. Actually, the more I look at it, I hate how close we are to wearing the same outfit. It bothers me. I don't like it. I'll keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Gasp.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. but the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Mm-hmm.
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega.
Man, what a deal.
Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Did Merlwyb's actress not show up for the studio this day or something? She's been like super quiet for a while, actually. Like, when was the last time you actually heard a line of dialogue from her in any of these cutscenes?
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Oh boy.
My blade is yours.
Oh, is that the first time Yugiri spoke?
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
They really nailed giving him just like the worst smile. Yay, we did it. He's asking the spirits to bless his business. What a nerd. Oh, hey Trevor, you're here. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat for a second. He says, in case you're curious, man, is Rogadin. Some people originally thought he was a big hero when he first appeared. That's true. He definitely doesn't look like, he doesn't have the skin tone you see of a typical Rogadin. Oh, they do definitely come in a variety of tones, so. He says, the man had the samurai drip and a katana. He must definitely be white mage. Claire's his true best character incoming. I don't know about that for Nero. Smo says, I love Nero. What a slime. Sharon says, Omega's cool. Scan says, Nero's the kind of guy that if you gave him a humble button, he would wear it. Don't you know who I am? I am Sid's husband, don't you know? This is probably a changed dialogue. Okay, fair enough. AC says, can't be bothered to use bread, so I'm using waffles for the cheese sandwiches. AC, those are bold moves. Claire says, you make the big decision because I have chosen. So I have the chosen one, I guess. The tune says, imagine being the chosen one and not wanting to bear any of the responsibility. Ah. You know. I forgot I still had the melon following me. Oops. But you have to remember Carteneau's contested territory. Yeah, that's where like all the PvP stuff technically happens, right? They need permission to enter as a neutral party to not get attacked by all the soldiers. It's why it's the PvP zone. Yeah, okay. He says, wait till he sees Xanos' smile. He says Carteneau is only used as a training battleground because it's agreed on by all members of the Alliance due to being contested territory. Versus your good reason. Versus, like Claire said, PvP area. There you go. Alphinaud. What say you? Oh, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. I mean, you know, Nero be Neroing, I guess. Alphinaud? Alphinaud is eager to join Sid and the others. I get a mystery present for the greater obeisance. Oh boy. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alize is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Where is this at? Good. Well, I could just do the Ethernet for free, though. Oh, hey guys. I just realized you're all standing here. Ominously. Oh, because it has the airship landing. That's right, okay. It says they were roommates back at the academy, must have been lonely at times back then. Yeah, it is kind of interesting to think about like that period of time for them. It's like, I don't, like, they were roommates, but like, I mean, I guess there's the chanced rumor that maybe they were in a relationship of some kind. But it's also like, it's hard to really picture them as ever really being friends. Like, and like it's weird, right? Like, I mean, maybe it's just mostly because of Nero's behavior in terms of like how he's really out to prove that he's better than Cid. It feels like that would be a bit of a bit of a strain on a relationship. If the one person is constantly trying to be like, I'm better than you, that feels like an unhealthy relationship, if I'm going to be honest. All this is friends with benefits. Oh no. They hated each other, but it was worth it. This is now enemies with benefits. And says he's overt about his insecurity. I says, but great, that's our friendship. That is true. It's super. Yeah, you just hang out with somebody you absolutely hate all the time, and that's fine. Well, you know, so I'm obviously better than you. That's why I bring you up to be better. Thanks, Smo. Super appreciate it. Super cool of you. Oh, where is everyone? Cid. Oh, Grayson, Alphinaud, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphinaud. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... Ah, well, here they are now. Gasp, it's those threes. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Carter now? Ah, might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. So sassy. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Yeah, really, we're the problem here, Nero. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright. While Alphinaud speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, where we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Ishgard and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Grayson, pray accompany Alize back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. I nod my head. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. We all nod our heads. Speak with the airship landing, Rugudani. Carson Smo is the near of the Gray Smo dynamic. Alright, sure. Oh, that's probably why I instinctively look at Nero. I'm like, ugh, this guy again. Oh, it's not Hilda, it's Hida. Oh, actually, this raises an interesting question. And I guess, I mean, I don't know if anybody has an encyclopedic enough knowledge of the game. But does Final Fantasy XIV follow the one Steve rule? Where, like, there's absolutely no repeated names ever? Or are there cases where characters have, or are there some names that are repeated amongst the characters of the game? Out of curiosity. Hida. You are traveling with Master Garland, sir. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Travel to Mordona, apparently. I'm here. Wow. Quick sip of water. Nero Tolskeva. What manner of airship has no private cabins? Then again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. So rude. So salty. Oh, hey, it's this place. Hey, look at that. Hold on, I have to do something important real quick. Sorry. I like to bring Midgard Zomer out so that he can look at his own corpse sometimes. I like to think it helps keep him humble. Doesn't get so uppity with me every now, like... So, we just bring him out here, we're just like, hey, look at that thing. That could be you, again, if you don't mind your business. Anyway. Here, I'm gonna... Cursor, what is this? I don't like the way it's pointing at me. Feels kind of rude. Sorry, this is important. I need to find a good... You know what? We'll bring Sid with us. I think Sid's a good companion for the days ahead. At least for the missions ahead. Plus, I think first names are unique at least. There's very similar ones, though. Yeah, I just think because I saw Hida and I was like, oh yeah, Hilda. But it was very close. Whereas I can't think of any name duplicates. My head is still reeling from that absolute devastation you visited on my boy Smo. Since he hasn't spoken to you since the end of 3.0. Okay. I guess that's probably true. Oh, so they missed it. So they had such devastation. No, Smo. You giddy? Do you not care for that man? Yeah, you know. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I mean, I think the real problem is not so much Nero's former loyalties. It's really that he just has no loyalties. He's like really and truly out for himself. And screw everybody else. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly lantern the toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? I could just fly. I don't have to teleport to everything. Look, as I'm on my purple horse of purple. I think I'm flying the wrong way, though. I'm going the right way. I know where I'm going. I'm smart. Well, you can really climb up ways. Actually, can I can't dismount. What's even the point, then? I can up here, though. Look at me. I'm on top of the world. I can't get down. I can't get down? Oh, no, but that's not right. Reindeer, help. Use the spirit of Christmas. Oh, it says do a flip. Thanks, Smo. I tried. Trust me, I really tried for you. That's Nero again. Great, Sid. Must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of Alec were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. It's fair. Sid, you know what? We need a new, stronger word to describe what would happen if Omega fell in the wrong hands. Bad is not strong enough, and neither is wrong. A word stronger than bad and wrong together is needed for this. We'll have to workshop the name, or the word. Alize. One was created to capture Bahamut and the others to surpass him. One was created to capture Bahamut and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder? Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on a new ally. Great, Tataru. I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So many questions to... So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? No. You have to... Well, actually, Tataru, what you do is to assert dominance, rather than serve him tea, you just walk up to him and just T-pose. That's what you want to do. Follow me. Oh, the determination upon their faces. There's nothing more blinding than youth burning with purpose. Feeling me? Roy Boulder and his companions left to continue reconnaissance on the beast tribes. They were adamant about shouldering what burdens they could while the senior scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency. That's nice of them. Nero Tolskeva.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Gasp.
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
So rude.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
Tataru, don't make things up, please.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
So... I think how Nero didn't even have a sassy response to that. He was just like so dumbfounded.
We are returned.
Just looked at the others and was like, what the hell is with this girl?
Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
Oh, cool.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphinaud. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Man, I wonder who that could be.
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Yeah.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Oh no.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Deny it, Yugiri. Deny it vehemently.
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
Gosetsu.
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
Gasp. Obligations.
You refuse? Did You mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland. The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It is the freight of the quest, the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald?
I mean, in a roundabout way, sure.
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Neat. He seems excited. So I'm guessing that Gosetsu is going to be around for a little bit then, huh? He's not just going to be like a one-off gag character for like a single quest line. He's probably going to be here for at least until Stormblood starts. And then we can only hope that he Moonbreed is out of the storyline. Grayson, wait. Could I speak to you for a moment? Nero shamed my kettle. I want you to beat him with it. Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? I was like, I've been re-traumatized, yes. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. After all, we already know exactly what you look like. There's no shame here. I guess she likes it. Wow, I'm stecky as hell. That actually doesn't look too far off from the outfit I have for my white mage. Like that sweet white suit. Assuming we measured correctly, that fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? Thumbs up, apparently. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. That's so nice of her. I got the Sign Adventurer's monocle jacket, bottoms, and boots. Look at me being fancy. So the question is, does that automatically glam to my current outfit? Or I don't have it anymore. It was nice while it lasted, I'll probably never wear it again. Thanks, Tataru. Tataru? Dare he mock the silence like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I just might forget to take out the pins. I mean, it'd still make the outfit, though, apparently. Man, just the 2 unexpected guests, then. Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks as a scythe fells stalks of wheat. Great. Alize, apparently. I thought I was clicking on Yugiri. Truly, I had no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different. Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. Oh, I think he's going to fit right in. Thanks. He's not louder than Hoary Boulder, I guess. The Mark 14th Thermocoil Boilmaster? Dear me. How risible must the previous 13 iterations have been? We could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. It's so rude. Yida. Fly free, my pretty. Yida's eyes shine with a rekindled determination. He who continues the attack in Imperial Administration. Who is that person in the picture? Rosetsu. Claire says need more Tataru and Nero interactions in school area. Person, he's samurai. I love it. They were 13. Yeah, you know. Ida. So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... She nods her head. I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine. But I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphinaud, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Kryl. Ah, fine suggestion. Oh, the rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on the rousing Omega, while Grace and Yiden, our Doman friends, take care of security. He's like, oh. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Mordona? Mordona. Apparently. It's this way, apparently. Fly free, fly pretty. I'm on a unicorn. Tune says more donuts. Oh, isn't there, like, I heard there's like a Final Fantasy XIV themed cafe in Japan somewhere. If they don't offer more donuts at that cafe, that is a missed opportunity. Soon, Omega, soon. I will see you rise again. Mwahahaha. Alright, definitely not secretly a villain. Yugiri? Yosetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Or that I could say the same for Nero. I don't know, Nero was kinda tough. Back at level 50. And he also had armor back then, you know, Yosetsu. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Ida? I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. I'm a little concerned that this seems to imply there's some kind of duty ahead of us. There's what, how many more you want? It's not in the cookbook, so yeah, I missed. Dang it. I'll say it's more of an NA play on words than in the other DCs. That's fair. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Eline Royale was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. That's right, the Ivy that was all being sneaky and spy-y. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me you're flying into a fight. Yeah, the glow surrounding you tells me we're flying into a fight, actually. That's funny. Actually, just real quick. inventory. Because apparently I'm going to have to deal with this. I'm going to eat some food. Maybe eat a cookie? Yeah, I can eat a cookie. That seems like that'll help. I'm well fed, apparently. Now let's do a duty. We're ready for this. Oh. I forgot that Cartano's kind of red. It's probably fine.
Now, where was that?
Uh-huh. Oh, wait, are we back on the... No, we're in Carton,
I've
right?
enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
That's softly convenient.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Yeah, Sid's not an idiot either.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
Well, see, now I'm suspicious, because if Nero was able to get into the control room before, like, if he could have done it by himself, he absolutely would have activated Omega and taken it for his own. So that tells me that there's going to be Garbo to deal with that he didn't want to deal with. Oh, look at that.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Out of everyone in this group, that's the person you recognize. You don't see Nero, you don't see the Hero of Light, or Warrior of Light, or whatever. Oh, hey, it's you.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
I don't think we've actually...
It's like all my name days have come at once.
I don't think we've actually met this guy before, but he's clearly supposed to be like the replacement for the other shield guy that we had to fight before, back in Rumborn. I can't imagine he's any tougher.
All the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
All the scouts. Oh, Nero, you a-hole.
Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I mean, Sid, I appreciate your faith in me, but also you're also probably right. We don't have a healer in this group, do we?
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Hey, there's a samurai. Remember that fight we had a while ago that showed off how cool the red mage was? Couleur's name day is next month. Happy almost name day, Couler. Also, I should, oh wait, hold on. Are we fighting? Am I starting this? Apparently I'm the one that starts it.
It's all over now.
Also, Gurnwhite, didn't you have friends? Oh, he's...
With soul and steel!
This one'll sting. No retreat. No
Oh, the
surrender.
Empire! Those guys are probably going to come in when his health is halfway down.
'Tis my right to strike!
Oh, now he's like, hey guys, get in here. This is actually kind of tough.
You watching, Papalymo?
An opening.
I have you!
No holding back!
I can't tell how many soldiers did he bring with them.
Leave this to me.
There's quite a few, isn't it? Fear my hammer. Halfway dead. Surrender. We have you outnumbered. He's not by as much as he used to have us outnumbered. How about like half the numbers? Wouldn't be the first time. Apparently. Are you still playing with those soldiers? Ah, I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. I tilt my head questioningly. Oh, that sounds like Maggie. Oh, it's not Maggie quite. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. Yee. But no one told me that of Magitech armor. Forward, for the Empire. He runs off like a jack-off. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Oh, do I just gotta have like a nice power fantasy real quick? I haven't got to play in a suit of magic tech armor since. Oh, I do regret that I haven't actually do things.
This one'll sting. Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
See, I don't understand like with the controller because like most of these buttons don't do anything. Like that one does something. Like that one's not doing anything.
Leave this to me.
'Tis my right to strike.
You watching, Papalymo?
I really can't tell what causes the weapon to do sometimes.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
Well, the Titan, that still only counts as one. Nice reference to, what was it, Lord of the Rings where he says that? It still only counts as one.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
Yeah, rock and stone and all that.
This one'll sting.
Ooh.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
It's all over now. Leave this to me.
This is kind of funny, you just like could have a little fun power fantasy.
It's my right to strike!
You watching, Papalymo?
Again, I don't know if Papalymo actually died. I am still on the fence about that.
Opening.
Oh, come on. I just used my super ability.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
No holding back. No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
Yep. Cool stories.
This one'll sting.
Yugita, you're about to die, by the way. Can't just run off. Live to fight another day. Deserting a valuable is punishable by death. Stand your ground, come back here now. Please. Oh, he's sad. He's like, oh, you bring this fate upon yourself. Kill you, it's the last thing I do.
Your defense is lacking.
I almost feel bad now having to kill him because he's like been super abandoned. It's kind of sad.
It's all over now. Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike!
Sure.
You watching, Papalimo?
Oh, ouchies.
An opening.
Well, somebody has a healing spell. And Yugita, you are almost dead, by the way. I don't know if you
Look upon
realize
a
that.
samurai of Doma!
No holding back.
There it is. Like, oh no. You haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words, it'll be you who rues this day. And he ran away too, I guess. Hey, we're here now, I guess. That's ominous. Animosity. You reading the instructions, Nero?
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Weren't we supposed to talk to the council before waking it up? Also, hasn't the Alliance been like screwing with this thing for like months now? And you guys walked in and figured it out in 10 minutes? Rude. Oh.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
Sure, fair.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
Problematic.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Baelsar's wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
So what you're saying, Sid, is kaiju fight. That's what I heard.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess, we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Yeah, we'll probably figure it out if it leaves a swathing path of destruction.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
What do you think? Is there any other way? Oh, you were asking me? Oh, that's your first mistake. I pound my fist.
I suppose not.
And...
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
The authority.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalymo. So this is for you. And me.
I'm sure this will be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if he gets like swatted out of the sky by like one primal blast.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Yay. And I guess if we manage to kill this... Oh, it really just happened to break free right then. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's actually a kaiju fight. I mean, I guess Omega was designed to capture Baphomet, so it should be fairly strong. Doesn't look quite as impressive, though. I don't know about this. Oh no, it's Leviathan 2.0. Really underwhelmed by Omega, so that is. Also, I think Gridania is underwhelmed. I guess that primal kind of just looks like a really spiky version of Grace Felger, to be honest. This is kind of... It's nice to have a fight sequence where it's not my problem directly. I just gotta watch somebody else do the fighting. Some really epic music too. Holy cow. Did they grow extra teeth for its laser? What would that even do? I mean, I guess if they destroy each other, that could kind of solve two problems. Actually, this leads to the question, like, was Ilberd... Ilberd must have been aware of Omega, right? It's like, you think that would have been part of his plans, like, oh, they might try to use Omega to stop the primal that I create. Right? It's probably fine. Are they just gonna be like locked in eternal combat for the rest of all days? Did we win?
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
Hmm.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
Alright, Samurai Man.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Yeah. Maybe the signals ceased because it succeeded so good that it put itself to sleep. That's probably fine.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Neat.
Omega destroyed the cocoon.
Hey, Yida, your tattoo melted. I think the ink they got you was faulty for that one.
Papalymo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Did that tattoo couldn't have anything to do with Papalymo, though. What? How would that? What? We did it. We're the winners. All the elves don't die in this game. Yeah, Claire says. Yeah, Claire. Nanamo lived, and Telegi's obviously still alive. Yeah, you know, we've all confirmed that Mecha Legi is going to be a thing. We all know in the next expansion, Mecha Legi comes back stronger and better than ever. With 8 spidery legs to uphold his sinister schemes. So he's Omega just testing out the waters. Hey, Srom! Srom says Pogmo to come in, though. Let's go, Omega. Hey, Srom, welcome. AC says Omega. No. AC says now Papalymo is dead. Ah, he's fine. See, the spell is fading, which means that Papalymo can come back now. He doesn't have to maintain the spell anymore. This is like Breath of the Wild rules from Legend of Zelda. Once the spell isn't needed anymore, the person gets to come back. With no consequences, right? I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Yeah. I mean, does that imply I can come back in here sometime? It's so cool. Wait, hold on. This is important. I learned how to do this. I plan to take full advantage of it. Yes. Sick thumbnail. Okay, sorry. Important. These are important things. Don't judge me. Alphinaud? I came as soon as I heard the Excelsior had been spotted on its approach. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Fly free, my pretty. Hey, we got stuff. Alphinaud looks like he has news for us. I almost dread to ask. Sometimes Ishikawa hates black mages. R.I.P. Papalymo. He says Ilberd wasn't any more aware of Omega than the next person. Why would he count on it to stop him? The point of him summoning the Primal was to lay waste to Garlemald. I mean, yeah. He says Papalymo is a thaumaturge, not a black mage. Oh, Papalymo is just a wimpy thaumaturge. No wonder he didn't work very well. The far edge of fate. Alphinaud has a look of a man with much to say. Hmm? Much to say, you say? What say you to the saying? Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. But you wear a mask, you fool! Ida! Ida, wait, we must first... the Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphinaud. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. Gosetsu's like, I'm here too. I've completely forgotten the dire plight of my master in favor of your cause. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All they are eager to hear your testimony. And again, here, like, I specifically remember that the previous cutscene with them, they wanted to talk to us before we activated anything. And then we activated it before asking them. So I feel like they're going to have stern words, and I don't want to hear about it. I need to spin this in some way so that it's Alphinaud's fault. Just be like, oh, Seedseer, I tried to stop him, you see, but it was Ida. Ida did it. She pushed the button. That's what I'll say. It's important before you go to have a meeting with the people in charge of things. You have to have an excuse. Srams is gonna lurk. Bye bye. Okay, bye, Srom. Well, I guess we'll see anyway. Or Srams AC too soon. I do too soon. He was 2 days from getting his job stone. So rude. Aces of the stone job, it's not. So sad. Elder Seedseer awaits you within. Millwib. Been a while since I've been inside this area without it being a cutscene. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? Enough that I should be getting paid for this. It would seem Garlon's little friend was as good as... Oh, I'm sorry, Route 1. It would seem Garlon's little friend was as good as his word. I don't know if they're friends. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's cursed eyes into the abyss, all this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. Again, just squish them. Like, I mean, they're eyeballs, right? Like, they're big eyeballs, mind you. I'm sure you can still squish them as easy as a grape. Like, that dadgum. Like, why was that not the option? Do you think these decorations on the side of the chair are like steps for Lalapel to be able to get up into the chair, since that's probably too big a step for them? Anyway, just thoughts. Kane-sana? Kane-sana? Oh, my friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. If you indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, you as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? Not of my choosing, that much is certain, but I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gir Albania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight, until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Gir Albanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border, and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Oh, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. I'm quite smart, you see. Such reassurances do not do much to calm our fears. Yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Gir Albania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Yay, Ilberd did a good thing. Sid? Yeah, if, as seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after, what did they call it? Yes, after Shinryu was defeated. We should have little to fear from either one of them. Can I talk to Nero? Thank you. I should very much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. Well, when the primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cartano, to the moment the black worm made an eighth hill of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. I go to oversee operations at Baelsar's wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal and rest while you may. What I say now? Pray accept my humblest and most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Twelves would surely have been laid waste. This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad of the chance to begin reparations for our past inaction. Neat. This is unfortunate news. Delivery person delivered someone else's order to the house, so I had no choice but to eat someone else's order, and they got mine. Oh no, AC. That's not fun. I hope it's at least, like, a tolerable order. I hope it's not something like you don't like at all. That'd be really unfortunate. He says that Shinryu is the Japanese name for the divine dragon based on the Chinese legends Shenlong. Think Shenron from Dragon Ball. Cool. I've never actually watched Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. Outside of the context of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So, is that the dragon what has the balls? The wishy dragon? Oh hey Tyrant. Tyrant Waves, hi. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. And we defeated Shinryu. Which I assume translates to New Ryu, or New Dragon. I don't know. I actually have no idea what the kanji would be. Anyway. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. A detour? Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amari Swa's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Lead on. Oh, I have to lead the way? That doesn't seem right. AC says yes as the dragon them come out of the balls. Okay, perfect. Unless oh, you didn't? Omega did? Lol, you should know by now the first rule of Grayson streams is that it's always my credit. I get the credit. I did it. It was me. All me. AC says an FF and Omega and Shinryu are recurring super bosses. So tougher than normal bosses and potentially final bosses. That is true. I'm trying to remember. Like, at least Shinryu, I can't think of any examples, but I know for a fact you fight Omega, I think in Final Fantasy XII, actually. I think there's a secret boss fight you can access inside one of like those like crazy temples you have to get into. And it's super awkward and weird to get to it. And you can find it by accident, like way underleveled, and get your rear end handed to you. And even if you go back later when you're properly equipped for it, it still is a super tough fight. I feel like I think you fight Omega in Final Fantasy VI as well, if I remember right. Maybe 7. There's a lot of them. Reoccurring ever since FF5. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious, what games has Shinryu appeared in? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm sure you're right, though. Like, Final Fantasy really does like to... They have, like, a list of, like, 20 bosses that they put into every game, it feels like. I'm Behemoth, speaking of reoccurring bosses. This way. Hey, it's those guys. Oh, is that you? Why are you like so close to my face? I was like, leaning in for a kiss. Only the curs of Garlemald would sully such beauty with that black eye and monstrosity. Those animals respect nothing and no one. Alright. Ida is there atop the spire. She has done naught but gaze silently at the wall for some time now. Neat. Alphinaud. No trace of the cocoon remains. It's as if it never existed. Ryle. Oh, thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern, I concede, but if you had seen what I saw... I'm gonna go talk to Yida before I talk to Y'shtola. On the off chance that there's secret dialogue to be had. Yida? Neat. There was no secret dialogue to be had. My ankles.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
I would not be surprised. That guy summoned an ocean of death.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
and I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by a mega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sweet.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
Mm-hmm.
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Sure, I guess.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Nah, he's fine somewhere.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalymo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's got hair.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
Yeah, she has blue eyes.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalymo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric.
Sure.
And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
So would this have been a character we met in 1.0 if we had played 1.0?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalymo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
Oh.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Why do I always have to make this about me, Mr. Warrior of Light? Let's do your ... We all know you don't really say words.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Lise.
When Papalymo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself. And it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Oh. That's why it disappeared, because it was a fake. Okay.
So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lys. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Her name's Lys now. Is she not going to wear the mask anymore? I don't know about this. This sounds like change.
War is upon us once more.
I forgot about you two.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
I guess they're going to Doma. I'm actually really interested. It's like, now that we're getting so close, like, to the end of this content, because there's going to be a new area that opens up, right? And I'd kind of been assuming that the next area we'd be going to would be Doma. So that feels like that's been like a back burner story for a while. But now it almost seems like it's leading towards we're going to go to Alamigo instead. Which would be interesting. It was brave of Lys to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this side, on this road she has resolved to walk. I nod my head. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tataru and my sister. Oh boy, story time. We did it. This story is happy end. Guys, wait, the story is actually happy end. We reached the credits. Could it be true? Yoshitaka Amano. That is great artwork. He's done like artwork for like all the Final Fantasy games, I think, hasn't he? Oh, that's the good song. It's Kryl. We did it. Yo. It is a good song, by the way. I guess let me catch up with the chat for a second, so I guess this will play for a second. We can look at all the fun... well, I mean... some of the characters we met along the way of questionable quality sometimes. Flirts, let me go to battle, finish the video. Okay, so I guess Flirts is probably already long gone, but... thanks for stopping by, Flirts. Sorry I didn't see your message sooner. AC says Shinryu is in 5.9, 1 re-release with new additions, 10, 11, Dissidia Type 0, and a bunch of spin-offs. Okay, that's probably why I don't recognize Shinryu then, because out of all those we just listed, I played 10. I've played a little bit of 5, but not much of 5. And I really haven't delved into a lot of spin-offs, so that's probably why I don't recognize Shinryu as much as I recognize Omega. Shinryu was not in 12. I think Omega was in 12, though. AC says, how did she fit all that hair in that turban? It was a bag of holding, actually, AC. We all know this. Law says, I don't like this plot point. It's really strange. Like, the idea that Yida was Lys, or I guess, like, Lys was pretending to be her sister Yida, after Yida probably definitely is dead. It does raise a couple of question marks in terms of, I mean, especially because, like, everyone's like, oh, we all knew that you were actually Lys. Like, it was super obvious, but we decided to let you do that for fun. We decided that was a really healthy way for you to live your life for 6 years. Like, that's, oh hey, I remember this moment. That was also happy fun times. Like, it's interesting. Like, it's strange with Ida's character, because she's always kind of been a comic relief kind of character. She's kind of like goofy, and she's like, oh, I don't know the smart stuff. I just hit things real good. And so it's kind of weird that she's like been playing like the class clown a little bit when actually she's. It's like was she even trying to? Was she trying to act like Ida? Was Ida known to act that way? But Lys isn't really like that? Or like the other way around? Very strange. Because everything changed with the fire. I mean, Garlean changed with the fire when Garlean Empire attacked. Now only the Warrior of Light, Master of all 6 crystals, can stop them. I guess she wanted a new lease on life. Nice. Stan says, changes aren't permanent, but change is. The immortal words of Rush. Rush is a band that I know of, but have never listened to. Tiny Mango's here. My account has returned. I cleared the filth and the decay and the hordes of the hacked left behind. Nice, Mango. Actually, I saw you announce that in the Discord. That's really exciting. I'm glad that finally got taken care of. That's crazy that it took so long. Like, that's really sucky. But I'm glad it's all better now. Atune says, ¿Por qué no los dos? Dos? Money? Mango says, gave someone back their last Discord server because they took it hostage. Jeebers. Now I exist again in my safe space. Yikers. There's Alamigo's on the other side of a wall that you can see in the distance. Doma's on the other side of the known world. Doma's not that far. I mean, we teleport across the place all over anyway. And does anybody really want to go to Alamigo? This is Grace. You should consider entering the stream with the rumored Stormblood trailer should you get to the end. Yeah. That could be a thing. There's Grassy beat the free trial. Smo has let both hands raised. Easy, good for you, Mango. Fireman says woot. Mo says yup. Span says congrats. Law says now you have to change the video description on YT. No, I have to do work. Dang it. I've used the same video description for the past 50 videos, though. This actually worked out pretty well, I gotta say. So I think Heavensward took about 50 episodes, give or take. Realm Reborn took about 50 episodes. Realm Reborn, 50. Heavensward, 50. So that means that when we get to like episode, or like stream 250, we'll be done with the game. That sounds correct. He says, yep, Amano does all the artwork since the first Final Fantasy. And Amano does amazing artwork. I always love like the eye catches he does for like the game covers and for like the what you call it, like the main menus he usually does the artwork for. It's always like so beautiful, so intricate. Atune says Zodiark is in 12. That is true. Zodiark is one of the I can't remember what you call it, but it's one of like the god kind of characters. I think Zodiark's an optional boss if I remember right. Like, actually, let me think here. Was Zodiark the one that was like time-based? That you fight on top of that hill? Or was he the zombie guy that had like the girl attached to him? I'm trying to remember which one Zodiark was. I get them all kind of mixed up. Stan says, yeah, who does that? I think it's a big sort of nod and touching point for 1.0. Since Ida was in 1.0. Oh, so the real Ida was in 1.0? Is that correct? And then it's been Lise in 2.0 onwards. So would there have been a noticeable character change for people that were in the know on that? Or is it, oh, now you know why she was always the punch and didn't seem to know things? It is kind of true. She doesn't seem to know the... I mean, I think I even made this comment a bunch of times, was like out of all the Scions, Yida really seemed out of place in terms of, knowing things. She seemed really incompetent compared to, everybody else, but... Scan says, I really do like when she hits stuff. He says, Lee's about 25-ish, so that means Yida has been dead for about 20... No, I think, well, AC, I think... No, Yida was real up until, I think, 6 years ago, she said, right? I think she's saying that Yida helped her cross over to Charlayan when she was 5 years old, and they lived there for 20-ish years. Because she wasn't pretending to not know anything, she really didn't know anything. Trump says nodders. Oh, no, she said 20 years ago was theater. Okay, yeah. It said maybe immediately have a negative feeling to her Lise, so she had to try hard to get me to like her. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? It's a really strange character plot hook for, because I mean all the characters have had their personal arcs of development, right? Or at least they're all kind of starting down the paths of their development. Out of all the Scions, Alphinaud's definitely gotten the most attention in the character development aspect. I don't know, Y'shtola's gotten a little bit, Alize has gotten some. I mean, I guess Alize wasn't officially a Scion until recently. Let's see here. Thancred's gotten a little bit of development here and there, although there's still huge swaths of his backstory we don't know, that I'm sure will come to light eventually. Papa Lima, we actually don't really ever get much story on, interestingly enough. We don't really get any kind of character development for him. He never really changes at one point at all. So that's kind of interesting. That means Lisa wants to go to Alamigo. Friends is already time for the worst TM expansion. Except the expansions get longer as we go. Did the expansions get longer? I thought they were getting shorter. Or is it the patch content that gets shorter? Because I thought somebody had said that Realm Reborn was the longest one because of patch content. AC says, one thing you should know about Yida is that she was an Archon. That means she had to work hard to get her master's in a City of Scholars. No idea what she majored in though, so assuming she's smart. That's fair. Tom says, oh, give us the updated list of top 5 Science so we can pin up next to the last one in the Discord. We could do some top 5 Scions as well. Now, I mean, if this really is we're getting up to because I figure we're probably not gonna actually we won't start Stormblood today, but we could totally end the stream with watching the trailer if people want to do that. I'd be down. Faux shizzle. And then we could also maybe do a top 5 Scions or something if you want to discuss that for a second. Let me just catch up with the rest of the chat real quick. iTunes says Zodiark is in the mines. Okay, yeah, so he's the spooky vampire one. That's right. That makes sense. Claire says ARR was technically an expansion from the original release, and I ranked Stormblood above ARR. So Libyan says the real Yida was not in 1.0, no? Okay, so she's never been in the game then. Okay. iTunes says there's no crystal near him, and if you die, you have to fight your way back to Zodiark. Are you talking about for 12? Yeah, I think I remember the Zodiark fight being a pain. Mostly because that whole mine is just a huge pain. Because everything down that mine gives you status effects. There's invisible traps everywhere. So you have to waste a slot having the scan ability, and it's a whole bunch of other nonsense. There says the 7th Calamity was 5 years ago, so Lise was already part of the game in 1.0. Also, I hope you're excited to not have flying again. Oh no, my flying ability. They're gonna ground me. Versus hard disagree on the worst expansion comment. Yeah, I think we can all agree that Heavensward was pretty mid. So AC says long as the Brian says fair to disagree. I just wanted to hear your opinion. I mean, I guess once we play all the expansions, we can finally make a tier list, because that's what all the cool kids do, right? Yida died 6 years ago, right before the calamity. They said it sounds like a good ending. Turn in the last quest and trailer from the title menu. Yeah, because when does Final Fantasy not have us fight against godlike beings? It's usually the case in most of them. Okay, yeah, I think we could probably. Oh, I could have sped it up, I guess, a little bit. I think I can also just. I feel like I've given plenty of credit to the people that actually play the game or made the game, so go ahead and just probably skip it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is speak with Yshol at Amariswa's Pyre. Hey, we're back at the place. Alphinaud. You should have seen the look on Tataru's face when I recounted Lise's, I realize in retrospect that I should perhaps have waited for you to return. I, also told Alize. Apologies. It's all good, Alphinaud. I mean, to be honest, I was stuck in the credit sequence for a while. Like, it's one of those, Warrior of Light problems. Periodically, I get these crazy visions where I just see this endless scrolling of names detailing the creators of the world. And it is crazy. It's wild stuff. Oh, that reminds me, like, one of my favorite, like, anyway, I'll get that later, but Tataru? Hey, Riol's finally here, too. Did you know about, Lise? I had no idea. We only met after the calamity, and his system must already have been, well, you know. Great. So is Tataru not in 1.0? Riol? Oh, things are heating up in Alamigo. We can't afford to lose track of the trouble that might be brewing in the rest of the realm. Don't you worry, though. I'll be keeping near to the ground, my nose in the air, and one eye on the horizon. I'd really appreciate if you could keep both eyes on the horizon, Riol. Dieseldower? Hey, you're alive. You should still be in bed. Oh, at last I was able to rise from my sickbed, but the pain when I tried to take up my axe. Ugh, what a sad old man I have become. Dieseldower? I can't. Let me talk to Home. Carbuncle, get out of Home. Back in the Far East, we treat back pain with a long soak in a hot spring. What say you to a short journey, Dieseldower? I am told the waters at Camp Bronze Lake are famous for their healing properties. That sounds lovely. Femier? You've never been behind the counter. Lady Philomene? I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we all can use a rest every now and again. He says safe to skip, just don't skip the cutscenes. Yep, that's the plan. He says Alphinaud, Tataru was in 1.0, and I really would appreciate if you could help keep two eyes on the horizon. He says to the man with one eye. I'm just saying, like, this is clearly a world where eyes can just be plucked out magically and then, like, given to whoever. So I'm sure you could find a spare eye from somebody else. This is what I mean, we have no room to judge the archer from the first. Though it might be simpler to surrender to despair, I have chosen to resume my studies in the arcane. I received much wisdom from Papalimo, and I would put his advice into practice. Cool stories. Poker Boulder. A fine showing, brother, but you have yet to outpace Aenor. Clemens. My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. Should the Archons be called away to Girabonia, it will fall to us. It will fall to us to deal with the Scion's usual obligations, and thus we must remain in peak condition. I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I will show him what I'm made of. Come now, Hori. Is that the best you've got? Great. Kyron says spare eye. Plucked out eyes, you say? Itachi Uchiha sweats. He says Grayson, only dragons can do that. This isn't Naruto world. People pop eyes like grapes with eye surgery. God, Naruto really, like... I remember... I mean, I guess it... I mean, hopefully this isn't spoilers. I'll keep it vague. I remember in Naruto, when there's, like, the original reveal that a certain character might have... Like it's not a spoiler, I guess, because he has it, like, really early on. But, like, Kakashi has an eye, right? And I remember being, like, super shocked by the just like, wow, how did he somehow he somehow got an eye? That's, like, such a crazy thing to happen. And then, like, the freaking everyone in Naruto steals eyes. Like, everyone has done it at least once, I think. It's not special at all. Bolivian's dragon eyes are special. They require... Yeah. They're not just any website will have their prescription. They have special eyes. AC says, Dragon Eyes Dragon. Which is a good thing I have no plans of ever watching Naruto. I says, yes, Kakashi's eyeball. He says, eye magic is weird in Naruto. Naruto really got, like... Then I still love... Like, Naruto is, like, a really fun show. I never finished it, to be honest, because it got to be a bit much. It was a good ride while it lasted, but it is a bit of a trip at times. To really just be willing to go with the flow. You may have mentioned, but Alphinaud has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Hmm? Is it what I just did there, Grayson? I said the thing. Lise has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gir Abonia, we'll have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence, correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans, and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As, I rather suspect, you. Great. Alize, we are awfully close. I forgot that my gunch kind of leans forward a little bit. A cutscene. Who could have foreseen this? Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face the retribution. Hey, it's you again. It's almost time, Father. Have you still not grown back your arm? Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I need you to be my arms and ears in this operation. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Having fun? Thinking about all your... Very well, Eelbird. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. Neat. Hey, it's the CDC. Better listen to them. I forgot about this guy. I forgot he's still alive and doing things, probably. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eosian Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues. Though both yet elude us, my lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord, I did not intend... Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. Have I actually encountered this guy in person yet? I can't remember. I know we met a couple of them up on the Sky Cloud place. I can't remember if that guy was there himself, though, or if it was like one of his lackeys. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies, and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, gathering storm of blood. 5 minutes of fate. New chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Is this officially... Let me see here. Beyond the Great Wall. Alphinaud is a man with a great deal on his mind. I'm guessing that's going to officially start the next quest, right? Because we're getting back to, like... It's actually kind of neat, because you can kind of tell, because the XP numbers for missions get real big once you're past the level cap. Or what was a level cap, anyway. If all proceeds to plan, we should soon be receiving word that Alliance forces have secured Baelsar's wall. Until then, however, we can but ensure we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. Well, I'm glad you remembered your gunge. Of course. I want to. Naruto isn't bad series by any measure, but you have to say it has flaws at times, strange concepts, says AC. Strom says Shippuden had some amazing fights, though, even if the story got weird. Like, that's the thing with Naruto, like, I kind of like, some of the fight scenes in Naruto are still, like, some of my favorite Still some of my favorite fights of any anime ever. But yeah, the plot really runs away with itself after a while. He says, you mean Naruto never making a convincing argument to why Sasuke should be left alive? Why talk no jutsu fails? Or why dinosaurs are now with me? Yeah, there's a lot, you know. AC says, tiny son with a big heart and can handle the big swords of his father. Gar says, God, Raul is the best. Gar says, Eelbird got his wish after all. AC says, must have been an interesting training regimen to handle the whole of Alamigo. This is not someone you know. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think... Like, because like, there are certain Garleans we've met, like, during the course of Heavensward. I just can't remember which ones, though. This is probably thought as Varys. Okay. We say it's not Varys. Varys says, for the last time, this is the best character in the game. This is dad says it's not Varys. Varys doesn't have the dump truck. See? Okay, great. I'm glad we're all solid on who and Varys is and is not. This is good old blonde Sephiroth. That's probably all you're hammering on. It says you're officially done. Yep, that's the start. Officially done. That quest is 4.0. Everyone crack the champagne. Tenpura says should see the new zone. Well, says they don't have champagne, only Nas. Nas is basically champagne. It's the champagne for the youth. I don't know. Anyway. Hi, Tempura, by the way. Tempura wants us to see the new zone. But I don't know if I should listen to Tempura. After all, Tempura has bad opinions about anime. Okay. Just get some 4 Loco for Grayson. What's his level? AC says so. Is it trailer time? Yeah, well, definitely. I just want to talk with the folks around here real quick. Oops. At last I was able to rise from my sick bed. Oh, they're just all saying the same things. Never mind. I'm guessing if they're still doing... Yeah, they're still doing the squad off. Okay, so yeah, we're officially... We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. Oh, hey. So yeah, I think we'll probably, the time we have, let's see here. And like how, I think we'll probably hold off on officially starting Stormblood until next stream. So I want to be able to give that a good amount of time for it to be kind of its own thing. So I kind of want to, like, because we got a little bit of time left in the stream. I kind of want to talk a little bit about what we've experienced thus far. We have to form our new list of top 5 scions, right? This is important. And hi, Gideon. And then I think we want to do a trailer, right? We also have Warring Triad. Oh, that's right. We still have to do Warring Triad. Dang it. Yeah, so there's a couple of things we'll need to do to wrap up before we start Stormblood officially. AC's dairy hope for patch trailers. Oh, we gotta do patch. Okay. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that gotta be done. Dang it. Forgot it. Yeah. No, because I do want to watch the patch trailers. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. Then we definitely gotta watch, the expansion trailer. This is, yes, the Warring Tryhards. This is great. What level are your classes now? I'm level 67 Summoner, so I think I'm well equipped for Stormblood. I can tell you that much. And I think my Dragoon is level 70, which is super nice. I'm 69. Yeah, that's right. 69 Dragoon. Warrior is level 57, and apparently missing a shirt. And then my Summoner and Scholar are also 57 or 67. Wait, my Scholar is 67? When did that happen? Okay, well, there you go. Summoner is technically my strongest class, though, by 2 points. There says, let's do some viewing stuff to end the stream. Wallace says, ... Now says, patch trailers are stinky and I'll fight AC to the death on that hill and terrible at PvP, please don't. Claire says, your item level won't get you into the first dungeon, though. Oh, it won't? It turns to Black Mage ones. The poster jobs for Stormblood is Monk and Samurai. So never claimed they were good, strong, just necessary. Well, I feel like I should probably mention it that Tempera is, I think, is someone we all know, so I wasn't trying to be mean to Tempera earlier. Yeah, let's swear. I'll start in fight, I see. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to also make a plan, I guess. Yeah, so I think that'll probably be it for the game. I think because if we log out, we can watch the patch trailer in game, right? So if you go to the classes jobs tab, you can look at all your levels on one page in character. Really? Hey, you're right. Yeah, those are my classes I have. I've got at least one. I haven't done a physical ranged DPS yet, actually. But so it was Monk or Samurai that are the ones recommended. Is that correct? So I guess we'd also just have to decide if we want to take the time to do new classes or not. I think Samurai looks like Samurai would be a tank class, which could be exciting. There's yep, log out main screen has trailers. He said Warring Triad leads to some future Crimson line, just so you know. Okay. Well, it says Bard time, physical ranged. He says Monk first, then Samurai. Toon says, nah, Dancer time. So I'll quad Xenoglossy so he'll wake up in FF16 to tempt me. Alright. Samurai is like top 3 for DPS. If it isn't a tank. Great. Well, this is about my boys. I don't know. We'll have to. I don't know. We'll figure out what the next step is, but I mean, I'd like next stream to be Stormblood. We might have some mopping up to do of Heavensward content. That might be behoove us to do. So I just go Sam, Monk is gross. Alrighty. So what's the second DPS? So we're looking for Stormblood demo and title. Is that correct? Is that the one we want to watch? And like, this isn't going to be like spoilery, right? Like, this isn't like, because the patch trailers are apparently kind of spoilery. Like, this will just be good, solid fun. Cartoon says, I'll bring Chitin back from the dead. Your ass back. There's yes. Also, Sam would take less time to level since it starts at 50. Oh, that's actually good. That's a good point. That's good to know. Because yeah, that is one thing with like starting a brand new class is there is a bit of a grind to level it back up to point. So he says yes. Whereas in the trailer is what you're supposed to watch at the start of the expansion. It sets the tone. Cool. These patch shows are spoilery. The cinematics are meant by the developers for you to see before doing the expansion. She says, I'm a samurai main, so Hatun might have some bias. Bias confirmed. But alright. I guess we're gonna... Want to do this? I think... Yeah, it's got plenty of time. These aren't terribly long trailers, usually. So... Grayson start the trailer quick before the game autoplays into... That's true, it does that, doesn't it? Fine, we're gonna... Okay, starting now. No time to explain. We're watching Stormblood. The Mists. Oh, that's a cool statue. This, Oh, that's a nice shot, actually. Okay, yep, and there's the... I mean, so I guess this is going to be showing off, apparently, Alamigo? And I guess... Was the Dancer a new class for this as well, or something? And the Monk? Or are they both... Are these both monks or are these both dancers? Or is one or the other? Wait. Wait, I just realized, isn't that supposed to be the... Oh, that's it. That's Lise. Wait. Sorry, I don't know why that just occurred to me. And then that's supposed to be a Warrior of Light. Right? I can catch up with things. There's random people. I don't know. I'm not used to seeing either of those people in that context. They're fighting. Is that allowed? Feels like that'd be like an important monument. Can you fight on that? Oh, this is Alamigo. Okay. They're just like this oasis. Red versus blue. Neat. Okay. That's where Alamigo is. Garland Hall still so spooky. It's like those characters are almost English. This is Doma. Wait, no. Don't tell me it's not. It's Atlantis Doma. I thought we were going to Alamigo. Wait, what? Gasp. Wait, is that going to be the Warrior of Light again? That feels kind of cheaty to have them be both new classes at once. also cause property damage. He's like, I'm the hero. I did a good thing destroying that guy's house. Oh, that's so pretty. Wait, do we actually get to go to Doma then? They wouldn't tease Doma if you don't get to go to Doma, would they? Are there 2 new areas for Stormblood? Is that what I'm learning? Is that the truth? And those 2 again. I guess because they have problems or something. There's Yoshitaka Amano coming through. Storm. I think we're going to 2 different areas. Don't tell me we isn't. Oh. That is cool. That's actually one thing it's kind of sad is like, because I've been playing since Endwalker came out, I always just get like the generic Endwalker. I get like the Endwalker opening thing instead of like the expansion I'm currently in. I wish I could see the expansion I'm in, because I feel like that would make more sense. It looks cool. It's all fiery and such. But that's cool. So are we going to 2 areas then? Is that what this is? Selenia's a warrior like canonically changes jobs. Hey. There's this Square Enix on the statue in case you missed it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so she's a monk, not a dancer, and that's not a dancer. Okay, so those were monks. Okay. Wait, so what are there was 2 new classes introduced for Stormblood, right? Or am I crazy? Oh. I was just playing it again. I guess it's playing it again. But I guess we can look for Stormblood or the Square Enix on the statue. Dancer was introduced in Shadowbringers. Okay, so wait, was it only Samurai then that was the new class? No, Red Mage, that's what it was. But Red Mage isn't even in the patch trailer at all, I guess. Oh, it does say Square Enix, you're right. I totally missed that the first time. And then yeah, it's Warrior of Light fighting Lys for some reason, because they become dire enemies. This is now Kiss. I joke about it because I don't actually like her. So we're going to Alamigo? No, wait, we're going to the forest? Wait, why not both? No witnesses see the property. I guess I don't think I've seen anybody else impressed with cutscenes. No, these cutscenes are always really nice. Like, I will say, just like watching through this again, it feels like these cutscenes really go out of their way to show off the locations, and they at least are showing off the new samurai class a little bit. But it's not really giving any context as to what will be happening, actually. Because, like, Heavensward kind of gave you some clues about, like, the whole dragon-y situation. It was going to be a big part of Heavensward, right? Like, it shows the Dragon Song Wars happening. And Realm Reborn gives you that whole sequence with the Calamity. This one doesn't really give any kind of a hint of what the conflict will be for the expansion. So that's kind of interesting. And I guess we are just kind of watching it twice now at this point. That's a good cutscene. And then yeah, there's showing where Alamigo is relative to everybody else. It's like right on the outskirts of Eorzea. Garlemald is still a bit of ways. Lots of mysterious, cloudy area. Keeps it vague for future expansions. That's good. That's smart. Zatch just had to leave my alert. Oh, hey, Zatch. Welcome to Stormblood. To leave my alert eventually. Thank you, Zatch. Good to hear from you now, then. It's all good with the lurking. And there's Japanese Atlantis. Good. I'm curious if we get to go inside of that place, because that seems cool. So good, I like to watch it again and again, these trailers. No, they do really nice cinematics. Whereas the single best fix they could make would be saying which intro title you see, letting it persist from login to login. That would be really nice. I wish that was a thing. Like, it's not like a big deal. It's just like a little disappointing, you know? It's like a little thing. Yeah, so he says the new jobs were separated. That means the mage was already teased as the 3 perverted Alizé's job change. Which is, I believe it's not sparring. Friendly sparring match, maybe. So I'd hardly call Alizé's magic sword to be a tease. Yeah, wasn't Alizé's like whole sequence like not even like the actual red mage attack animations? Like there's like she looked different, but like it wasn't like very clearly a different class or anything. Zatch is not really welcome back. I just been marking the whole time. But I mean, that's totally cool, Zatch. I can totally respect not being much of a talker. I watch a lot of streamers and I'll never chat with them. So I just like to watch the content kind of passively. There are some people I like to bother though. Whenever Smo is streaming, I have to give him a hard time. He's exactly great. The trailer set to the tone, not really let us to confidence. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, at least for this one, that's what it's doing. Like, I feel like the previous patch, like the previous expansion trailers. Yeah, the previous expansion trailers, I feel like they kind of at least gave you a hint about what was going to happen. But I guess this one is keeping it close to the vest. The Toon says Stormblood was also when they ended service on the PS3 and started on PS4, so graphical updates. Oh, neat. Okay. Oh yeah, the end of the PS3 happened with this. I think the 12th for it too. Ace's monks dedicate their martial arts to Ralgur, the destroyer, the god of destruction. Since it's STB, it'll be more active here since it has the best villains so far in my opinion. I'll be more active here since it has the best villains so far in my opinion. That's fair. I am curious to see what's going to happen next, because I'm just going to kind of peer out. Actually, I could move to... We don't need to watch it a third time, I don't think. I'll just move to my character screen. There says there was an add-on that allowed to change the style of screen expansions, but well, add-on equals bad, don't do it. Yeah, I mean, especially as somebody streaming it, you gotta be kind of careful because I don't wanna get in trouble with Daddy Square Enix. Well, probably Daddy Square and Mama Enix. Most appreciates it. As STV's trailer sucks, a lot of people say. I mean, it definitely, like, it's really cool. And, like, I mean, it's always, like, the trailer is beautiful to look at. But it doesn't... It felt more like they were just kind of showing things off more than they were, like, telling what the... And I guess because the job of a trailer, a good trailer anyway, is that you should know... You know, you think like a movie trailer, right? Like, a movie trailer usually gives you some semblance of who the characters are and the story is going to be. Like, if a trailer for a movie came out and it was literally just a bunch of like shots of like the scenery, with like maybe like a fight scene, people would be like, I don't know if I want to watch this movie. Like it'd be kind of like make it kind of indecisible. He says, if anything, it looked more like Spellblade than Red Mage at this time. Also, I don't remember her using an RDM LB3 in Heavensward at all. I played through it, so now it's not very good tease from my perspective. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of... Red Mage seems to have been shafted a little bit for some reason. Which is weird, because Red Mage is like one of the classic classes for Final Fantasy. It's like been around since Final Fantasy 1. So it's weird that all the promotional material really kind of squandered it. That's kind of a shame. You see, Smo says tone trailers are a thing. Yeah, I mean, it works. It still gets you hyped for the content, I guess. Cillian says, was Heavensward trailer spoilers of Heavensward to you? I mean, Heavensward trailer, I don't know if I would say it was spoilers. But, like, I would say... Like, I mean, because you kind of go into Heavensward knowing that there's going to be dragons. Like, that... Everything that set, like, in Realm Reborn really sets you up for, like, oh yeah, here be dragons. So, I mean... It wasn't super spoilery that, like, there was going to be Dragon Wars, and I think it even gives a shot at Nidhogg a couple of times. Like, it was not hiding that that was going to be a main feature of the expansion. And granted, there were other things that happened in Heavensward that went beyond what the trailer showed. But especially, like, at least like for the first half of Heavensward, it really gives you a good idea of what you're getting into. But no, I mean that was a fun trailer. Like, it definitely gets you hyped. Because it showed Nanamo die with no spoilers. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be spoilers for like. I mean, granted, like, if you were somebody that was just like, if you're watching all of the trailers before you played any of the games, you'd be spoiled for sure. But like, if you were caught up with the content before you watched the trailer, then there's really nothing in it that you wouldn't already know. And then there's also, I feel like it adequately hints at what comes ahead. Like, I don't know. I mean, thus far, I think Heavensward is probably still like my favorite of the 3 trailers I've seen. Like, Realm Reborn's is good. It's a good one, especially like when you get the expanded version of the trailer during the Coils of Bahamut. Like when you get like that full extra sequence with Louisoix and everything. Like, that's really good. But I don't know, like, Heavensward just gets you like so hyped. Because you're just like, yes. Like, it has like such good like shots. Like the shot like at the beginning of Heavensward trailer where actually here, I mean, this isn't oops. This isn't really what we're here for, but I just wanna, because like, yeah, this opening shot for Heavensward where it's just like you traveling alone across this like desolate mountain. It's such the perfect continuation of what where you are at the end of Realm Reborn, right? Because you've been like, you're an outcast, you've been run out of Eorzea essentially, been forced to flee as a refugee. And this shot right here, like where the snow kind of clears away the reveal of the road you take to Ishgard. Like, it's just so good. And it plays the good song in the background. Like, the recap sequence is kind of weird. Like, I mean, I guess they're just taking advantage of having a budget to show it off a little bit better. But Heavensward's just good times. There's Lola Rito being all smiley. Yeah, I mean, there's... Anyway, I don't need to watch the whole thing of that one, but just like the way that trailer starts off is just so good. It really just helps set the whole mood for where you are at the beginning of Heavensward, because it's just like really depressing and just like all hope is lost. And I just realized why. Hey, can somebody? Oh, so I just realized my sweet shoes are back on, and I think it's because I haven't updated my character plate. So I got to update my character plate to make sure I have the good shoes on again, or get my better shoes on. So I know, as much as you all love these shoes, I really should get the stuff that has better stats. Oh, I could glam it. I could glam these shoes onto all of my outfits from henceforth and forever. If I had these shoes for the rest of the game, would everybody be happy about this? Strom says ARR is my favorite, only after doing Endwalker though. Fair enough. It's also the Warrior Light learns to jump good. Because there when that patch 3.04 dropped, I remember we're hyped at Red Mage. Well, Grayson doesn't care about Nanamo 17th in her line. The Nanamo's death isn't a spoiler, someone already finished the ARR. Yeah, exactly. Because if you watch the Heavensward trailer, it literally says contains content from the end of ARR main scenario, you have been warned. Unless Endwalker is probably my favorite trailer. Then ARR. Shadowbringers, Heavensward, and Stormblood, maybe? Okay, fair enough. Trump says ARR is my fave only after doing Endwalker, though. He says FanFest is coming around soon. They're likely to reveal a new trailer for 7.0 expansion, so be warned. That'll be neat. Oh, that reminds me. I think I signed up for the chance to get FanFest tickets. Which, if I somehow manage to actually get tickets, I'm going to make a commitment to catch up with the game content before FanFest to avoid being spoilered there. So I guess if I do win the player lottery on that, then we're going to be playing a lot more Final Fantasy a lot more quickly. But anyway. Atune says there's definitely recency bias, IMO. That's fair. It says Endwalker and ARR trailers make me emotional every time. There's this AR cinematic plus Lanes of Truth equals really good. So he's paid close attention to the dragon in trailer though. That dragon model is actually Hraesvelgur's, since Nidhogg's model wasn't ready when they started making it. Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. That's fascinating. So also, Yoshi-P has a thing for teasing the new jobs by wearing t-shirts related to the job. For Stormblood, he wore a Spider-Man shirt to tease Samurai. What? What does that even mean? How does Spider-Man tease Samurai? Oh, this is great. How could you? Oh, sorry for ending the trailer. Sorry. This dude, that's only for Summoner. Or are you talking about the sweet shoes, maybe? There's that. Still watch you with those shoes, but I'd be very, very disappointed. Shram says, heading out. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Stormblood. Yeah, we'll see you later, Shram. Thanks for coming in. And Smo's also going to head out. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you, Smo. There's this catch up to Endwalker by July. It could happen. You don't know. Claire, I could be the quickenest. Claire says you should be a comedian. You're so rude. Claire, I demand that you be treating me with respect. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see you guys later. He says, no, how could you with the shoes? Yeah, I know. The shoes are just so good. I just couldn't get rid of them. Oh, that reminds me. I still have to glam. I gotta glam my book. Because I have the demon book now. So I have to use the demon book as glam, because it was a gift. He says in Heavensward, Yoshi-P wore a Batman t-shirt to tease Dark Knight. What is that makes more sense. But how the heck does Spider-Man represent a samurai? That's what I want to know. Like, I can't even imagine the connection there. And I'm fairly robust in my Spider-Man knowledge. But Lala says you gotta glam everything. I'll glam when I darn well please, Lala. I'll do it soon, I promise. Maybe that'll be on the list too. Here, maybe next stream, instead of starting Stormblood properly, we may the words. Yeah, possibly instead of doing Stormblood, we'll kind of mop up a little bit. We'll do Warring Triads. We'll watch some patch trailers. I'll learn to my. Sorry, I thought my glasses disappeared. I'm losing my mind. We'll learn how to glam. We'll do a whole bunch of stuff to make people happy. And I still have my Valentine's Day stuff safe in my pockets. Lala, don't worry. He says Sam Raimi, director of the Spider-Man movies. Sam Raimi. That's a that's a stretch, but I'll allow it. AC, I can't. Yoshi-P. And actually, that would, you know what? In Japanese, because it'd be Samu Raimi. Yeah, Samu Raimi. Yeah, so Samurai. Anyway. So Lala says we'll get the hairdresser. I guess we could get the hairdresser. Okay, I rewatched the 3.4 fight animation. Alize doesn't actually have the RDM LB3 animation. It says blinding as RDM LB3, so I've seen people call it that. No, yeah, it's like, yeah, Alize's whole situation with the Red Mage, at least in the patch content, is definitely not actually Red Mage. Which is also why after that fight scene, she's conveniently not invited back out into the field. Because I'm sure the developers are like, please, we haven't finished those animations yet. Don't use this character. Like, it looks doofy as heck to make her look like she. You ever like fake, like borrowed animations to show the new class off? This is good old Verf flashbang. But it's similar, but not the same. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a. I don't know, that was fun. It's always exciting to see a new trailer. It's like that feels like a really good like landmark moment of like progress in the game. It's like proof. We've made it to a checkpoint, I guess. We're at the 3rd trailer. So we're getting there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. But yeah. And then actually I think I think somebody was asking for the top 5 my favorite Scions. I might have to think about that for a second, and then maybe next stream I'll talk about those as well. We'll have to update the list of like top 5, and then like maybe like a least favorite one or something as a bonus. But yeah, this is kind of winding down a little bit early today, but that's okay. I think we made some really good progress now. So it means Yugiti's model, at least the one used in ARR, is actually a Mikote body rigging because they didn't have ARA models ready. So it's not an uncommon thing for them to do. No, I kind of get it, like, because they have like deadlines and crunches and things, and so like they're trying to keep things like on a reasonable timeline to keep the community engaged with it. But they're also trying to be a bit practical in terms of like how much they can actually accomplish. You know, between update patches while still keeping things pretty consistent, you have to make some compromises and sacrifices. But yeah, so, I mean, it works. AC says he wore 007 shirt to tease Machinist. That's just silly. But anyhow, yeah, this has been fun. He wore a Bugs Bunny shirt to tease Vieira. I like that one. Wait, were Vieira? No, so male Vieira were introduced in Endwalker. When were female Vieira introduced? Was that Shadowbringers then? Because I don't think they're going to introduce... Wait, do they introduce a new race in Stormblood? Because Heavensward introduced the Ara. Was there a new race for... So I know there's like Vieira and Hrothgar were introduced in the same expansion. For Shadowbringers, okay. And then Endwalker, they introduced male Vieira. No new race for Stormblood. Okay. I mean, that's fair. There's only so many times you can add it, you can invent an entirely new race and have an excuse for why it wasn't there sooner, so. So means also, Alize had just started becoming a red mage at that point, so of course she hasn't mastered the posture. Oh, sure. The red mage quest NPC mentions teaching her recently when you unlock the job. Okay. AC says Shadowbringers also machinists use gadgets like 007. I mean, yeah, it kind of fits, I guess. But anyhow, we get Femme Hrothgar at FanFest. I mean, I think that's something people are hoping for, right? And I don't know if have the devs made any specific promises of that kind of thing. I'm not aware. Oops. Jesus, I hope so. Carson sure hope so. I mean, it could happen. She says they have said they are working on it. Okay. Devs don't make promises. That's probably true for there. President has been said that Femme Hrothgar are coming. That would be interesting. I'd be curious to see how they differ from the male version. Unless I hope they're big and hairy still. That would be pretty cool. I mean, I imagine they've got to be somewhat matching of the Hrothgar design. Like if you have the two sides be like wildly different, it kind of starts being a little silly. Not Miko 2.0. AC says some people like their ladies to have a bit of hair, so female Hrothgars. Person that still be full on cat for sure. No, I'm kind of picturing like the Thundercats maybe. AC says there's female concept art for Hrothgar in collector edition books. That's kind of neat. But, alrighty, I think we're probably going to go ahead and just kind of head out a little bit early tonight. But this has been fun. I always like playing Final Fantasy. I like to see what comes next in the story. It's fun to see the new developments. See what happens next. And yeah, I think next Sunday we'll probably do like a cleanup stream of the remaining content in Heavensward, kind of do some side stuff. Get ourselves all ready for Stormblood. So that'll be exciting. And then I think on Tuesday, for those interested, we're doing a podcast with Zyga. We're doing In Another World, my podcast. We're gonna be giving our respective top 5 husbandos of anime. So that'll be fun, because last week we did the top 5 waifus. Like, we each took our own 5 favorites. And now we're going to do top 5 husbandos. So that'll be fun. And then next Saturday, we're probably going to be playing Warframe, I think. I'm not 100% on that, probably Warframe. And the next Sunday will be more Final Fantasy. And then just, I don't know, keep your eyes out. We're doing more things. I'm trying to do more things on YouTube as well. I'm trying to release like edited videos of stuff. I'm trying to like do like remastered, episodes of older streams, more abridged and concise and such, and trying to release those as time goes on. But yeah, we're doing stuff. You said Thundercats, my brain said Terrible Cat Smurfy. Hey, you know Lola. Carson says night night. Ace says it was fun. Tune laughs. Pick up Samurai as well, maybe. Yeah, we may do that. Maybe we'll pick up a new class. We'll have to see what time we've got. But yeah. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out tonight. This is always fun to chat with y'all and just kind of hang out, play a fun game. I hope you have a good week ahead of you. I hope things go well. And I hope we'll see you soon. There's the tune says Final Fantasy 14 abridged. I mean, kind of the goal anyway. Eventually, Claire says, "Well, good night, everyone." Again, congrats on being Heavensward. Thanks, Claire. Lana says, "Bye. Could you let me know when we get for the stream?" All right, yeah. But all right, so I think that's gonna be it. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see y'all another time. Fare thee well. Okay. Bye.